This is a preface to today's episode. I just want to clear one thing up, okay? Yes, this dress and this bracelet, I have on some blue shoes too, is dedicated to the New York Knicks. Now, am I a diehard Knicks fan? No, I'm not. I don't really have a sports team. But I will say that I want to talk to J-Lo. I want to talk to Speedy. I want to talk to every New Yorker born in New York that has this take that if you aren't born in New York, you're not a New Yorker. So I just want to say something here, okay? Dead ass. In October of this year, October 14th to be exact, it will be 20 years that I have lived in New York, that I have paid taxes in New York, give or take minus a few years during the pandemic. And I am a registered voter in New York. I have a New York license, albeit it took me a long time to get it, but I have it. And I think I might have a lot more things in New York than people who were born in New York have. Okay. So I don't know what that is. I mean, what is it? Yeah, I'm gonna fight to the death on that one. Like, you know how sometimes you're born a place. So shout out North Carolina, like I'm born and raised there, but you just know, like, you just fit in somewhere else. So when I moved to New York, that's exactly what happened to me. So I'm not giving up. I'm not giving up on that, honey. I'll fight on that one, all right? Straight in the New York streets, okay? Now we can start the episode. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Plenty of Tiff. I'm your girl, Tiff, aka Opinionated Diva. Y'all, we have officially hit episode 21. You know what that means, right? We are officially podcast legal. The fake ID has been tossed in the trash, and Plenty of Tiff can finally walk right up to the bar and order a premium tequila on the rocks. No chaser. I've been building this here body of work for the culture, and now that we're 21, the filter is getting even more unhinged, okay? If you thought I was talking my talk before, just wait until you hear what happens now that we are certified grown and licensed to spill tea, that is. I'm very proud of myself to have been keeping consistent week after week, and I am so grateful for everybody who has been riding shotgun on this journey with me. Whether you are here and been here since episode 1, or you're just pulling up to the bar, you chose the right day to tune in because I am going to be hitting you with some unfiltered truths and some commentary you've been craving all week. So pour yourself something strong, get comfortable, and let's get into it. But before we do that, I must confess, it was an absolute struggle for me to find topics of interest and trending news this week. I was scrolling, honey, I was researching, digging, and I found that it was literally an influencer and reality TV takeover on the timeline this past week. Now, look, you guys know me. I am a true crime junkie down to my core. Honestly, I don't really watch reality TV like that, so I did not watch Love Island Season 8 premiere. I don't watch Real Housewives of any city, town, or state. I don't watch 90 Day Fiancé, Love at First Sight, none of it. Because of that, half of the trending topics this week was like a foreign language to me. Don't get me wrong, as a content creator myself, I am happy to see the influencer influence, if you will. But at the same time, it's getting to a point where I'm just like, hopeless, like a penny with a hole in it. But I will say, the one specific thing that truly pissed me off this week was people willing to do absolutely anything to go viral for their own attention-seeking reasons. I know y'all saw it during game 1 of the NBA Finals between the Knicks and the Spurs. Some random guy literally stormed the court. And for why? What happened to the good old school streakers? Remember them? The ones who just got naked, had 0 cell phones, had no cameras, and just ran across the field because they were a voyeur? They did it for the pure chaotic thrill of it, not because they wanted to be on everybody's computer screen or on TMZ the next morning. If you want to be all over the sports networks, it should be for, maybe sports. I seriously miss those days. This guy ran onto the court mid-game just to try and get a viral video and a picture of Victor Wembanyama. And all you did was look completely stupid. First of all, you paid all that money to get into a stadium and a finals game that people would literally kill to be at. And instead of watching history being made, all you wanted to do was make it about you and not about the game. Second, let's get the logistics down. You couldn't even get a picture and a selfie with him because he is 7'4". Your short ass was never going to be able to frame a selfie with him unless the man physically got down and was on his elbows. Okay? Did you honestly think you were going to accomplish anything? You got tackled by security, you got kicked out, you got arrested, and now you're banned for life from NBA arenas just to look like a clown. Whatever. Looking at YouTube Buffalo Wild Wings for even offering that man a free meal. Canceled, honey, canceled. So if you are that kind of influencer or clout-chasing content creator personality, please just stay at home. We don't want it. And the game literally doesn't need it. But shout out to the Knicks for doing exactly what they do best right now in the clutch, which is winning. They took game one and New York couldn't be happier. Go New York, go New York, go. Speaking of people who are doing entirely too much on the internet just to keep their names in the headline, honey, it is time for the diva drop. I have to bring this up because it's literally all people are talking about right now. We have to address the leaked Diddy sex tape. Now, let me preface this by saying my initial instinct is always to say I don't want to exploit anyone who's caught up in a leaked tape situation. But as I started reading into this more, looking at the think pieces, looking at the post and the player's own actual words and actions, everybody in this scenario, except maybe Diddy, who was currently sitting behind bars, looks like they actively want the publicity they're getting from this leaked viral video now. So you know what? Let's just talk about it. The tape features Daphne Joy, who we all know is 50 Cent's ex-girlfriend and baby mama, and adult film performer escort named Sly Diggler. First of all, let's talk about what the entire internet noticed immediately, but honestly, I feel like we all kind of figured out anyway. Based on everything coming out of Diddy's trials and these allegations, it is no secret that that man was severely lacking in the bedroom in some way, shape, or form. Watching the footage, Diddy reminds me of those specific adult videos where the husband just sits back and watches his wife get it on with another man. And to be completely frank, the reason those men do it is because they know they are not satisfying their partner physically. Monetarily, absolutely. Physically, hell no. The fact that the entire video showed Diddy engaging in a whole 0%, aside from putting baby oil on himself, honey, if it rocks your boat, I guess. But in any event, that told me everything I ever needed to know about his apparatus. No rhythm, no action, just pure background scenery, honey, while someone else does the heavy lifting. In this case, if you like it, I do not love it. But let's get into the real drama because Daphne Joy decided to take to social media and do a post and delete. In her statement, she talked about the emotional trauma of rewatching the abuse and claimed she never consented to being filmed and was being blackmailed that the video was going to be released. However, the return button, honey, didn't even have time to release on the trauma post before she deleted it, turned around and started dropping explicit photos to promote her OnlyFans and asking the question, does size really matter? Now, let's be fair. Can you do both? Absolutely. You can be abused, pressured, and led into highly sexualized experiences under the influence that you did not want. And you can still also be a sexual being who chooses to run an OnlyFans. Both things can exist at the same time, okay? However, we are talking about public perception here. The public is looking at this like, well, sis, honey, which one is it? Who are you trying to get to stand behind you on this? Do you want women's rights activists and abuse survivors to rally around you? Or are you just trying to leverage a leaked tape to drive traffic to your OnlyFans subscribers? The whiplash from I am a healing victim to click the link in my bio for my OnlyFans is why the internet is scratching their heads, right? And of course, we can't talk about Daphne without talking about her baby daddy, honey, 50 Cent. Now, I really don't rock with 50 like that. I think he is an absolute internet troll, and his behavior is completely crashed out to be 50 years old, but honey, what do I know? And he's acting this way on Beyonce's internet all the time. At the beginning and end of the day, she is the mother of your son. You would think a man would show a shred of restraint for the sake of his kid, but 50 went straight out there on Instagram. He posted a screenshot saying she's not a victim, but his son is. Can you imagine going to 8th grade to find out this is your mom? He completely weaponized the situation, denied she was a victim, and even doubled down at a documentary screening this week saying he hasn't had sex with her in 12 years, so he doesn't care what she does, but clearly you do. It's petty, it's messy, honey, and it's classic toxic 50 Cent. But honestly, I am so tired of talking about Diddy. I am exhausted by the entire circus. Let's talk about the one player who played it perfectly. Court documents just dropped this week involving an old lawsuit, and the paperwork explicitly states that Cassie Ventura has moved out of the U.S. and has absolutely no plans to ever come back. She literally put in the filing, quote, "I reside outside of the United States. I do not intend to move back." And of course, the media headlines are trying to spin it like, oh, look, after she got that massive multi-million-dollar payout, she abandoned ship and left the country. And to that, I say, duh. First of all, America is ghetto. It sucks. And most of us are out here trying to survive in it with no money in our bank account. Why on earth would Cassie want to stay here under a microscope with $30 million in her pocket? Make it make sense. She not only secured her bag, she secured her peace and took her husband and her 3 kids and said, au revoir, America. She is living the best life far away from the toxic timeline. And honestly, I applaud the execution. But what do y'all think? Are you getting whiplash from Daphne's Instagram feed? Are you ready to pack up and move things like Cassie did with $30 million? Let me know in the comments. But don't go anywhere because next up, it is time for a shine, shade, or side eye. I want to kick things off with a well-deserved shine. I need everybody to clap it up for Kameirah Johnson, an 18-year-old high school senior from Seattle who just officially won the National Doodle for Google competition. The theme this year was My Superpower Is, and Kameirah took over the entire Google homepage with a piece titled Hair Power, the crown that grows from us. The artwork is a depiction of her mom, and her sister lying in the grass and their natural kinky hair beautifully intertwined to spell out the word Google. This depiction really does mean so much to me. And seeing that kind of representation on the most visited homepage in the world is everything. Our hair is a source of strength, history, and lineage passed down without words. And seriously, I know some people might look at it and not fully understand or grasp the depth of it because they didn't grow up with black hair. Fair. But I want you to know and understand how deeply rooted hair is in our culture. It is literally an art form. It is care. It is survival. It is a crown. And when I say our, that goes for everybody in the community, even the bald head scallywags, okay? The crown is still in your spirit. And I can say that with love because y'all know I was a bald head scallywag once myself for years. Whether you are rocking braids, Afro puffs, or a clean shave, it is all beautiful. Huge congratulations to Kameirah for bringing home a $50,000 college scholarship, heading to NYU, okay, in the fall, and reminding the entire world that our hair is undeniably powerful. Let's give her all the flowers. Now, moving right along from the beautiful shine, let's slide over to Philly for the Roots picnic. While we are handing out flowers, we have to keep this shine train rolling and talk about the historic Roots picnic that went down in Philly over the weekend. 80,000 people showed up, and it was an absolute celebration of Black culture. But the biggest moment of the entire weekend was undeniably the headliner, Jay-Z. When Hov stepped on the stage, the entire internet collectively said, okay, Mr. Carter. After 8 long years of growing out his signature shoulder-length locks, wicks is what they call them, Jay debuted an afro. Actually, I wouldn't even call it an afro. It looked more like a comb out, but I digress. It was immediately clear that Beyonce's hair care brand Cécred orchestrated the entire thing. Apparently, it took a team of stylists, days, and a whole lot of detangler and deep conditioner to come up with this look. I'm not mad at Cécred marketing strategy at all. But honestly, I don't know what all the internet hoopla was about. Like, combing out locks is a real thing. People do it all the time, and some even on TikTok, like every day. Personally, I would have loved to see a classic Afro pick with a fist shoved right in the middle to really set the vibe. But I'm no stylist. Anywho, anyone who has ever combed out locks knows the real truth. The shedding is absolutely out of control. And let's be honest, honey, Jay is no spring chicken. I'm officially predicting right now that for his Yankees Stadium concert, he's going to be rocking a New York classic Caesar. Because if he even think to even try to put some cornrows in there with the hair that's left from all that shedding that's going on, I'm getting Beyonce on the main line because we are not doing it. But let's talk about what he actually did on the Root stage. Jay opened up his set with a scathing, unreleased freestyle backed by the Roots, and he was dropping heavy bars addressing all the industry tension and checking people left and right, honey. It was classic Hov. Which brings me directly to my side eye. I am giving a heavy side eye to everyone hating on Jay-Z's performance, specifically Dame Dash, because right on cue, Dame ran to the media to rip the freestyle and talk trash. Like, Ninja, seriously. At least I'll give you the fact that you're talking about something current. Because every time you get in front of the camera, all you were talking about is shit that happened 30 years ago. Every single time a microphone is placed in front of this man's face, he finds a way to bring up Rockefeller, honey. It is exhausting. And Aaliyah, I know she rolls her eyes every single time in heaven that this man say her name. Dude, let it go. Let it go that them dentures you popped out and just let God, honey. Move on. Okay? And all these young rappers on the internet dissing Jay-Z and calling him an old head, it's really giving corn. Okay? First of all, what does age have to do with talent? Music evolves, styles change, and Jay-Z has literally said that himself. That doesn't mean he or any other legendary artist has to live under a rock. It doesn't mean they can't sell out stadiums, and it damn sure don't mean they can't still write some bops. I'm saying it. None of these rappers out here are trying to see Jay-Z in an actual freestyle. Period. Half the time, honey, I can't even understand what the hell y'all are saying in your song. Go see a speech therapist, learn to enunciate your words, and then circle back. Okay? Okay. We made it to Read the Room, y'all. I told you it wasn't that much going on the internet this week. But today, I had to change the title of this segment from Read the Room to Wake Up and Read the Room. Everybody and their GOP mama called former President Joe Biden Sleepy Joe. But now we've got Slumped Trump passed all the way out at the executive desk. Yes, world. This is America. To everyone who has ever fixed their mouth to call Joe Biden Sleepy Joe, I want you to take those exact words, I want you to eat them, and I want you to choke on them. Because 4547 has literally been caught sleeping during official White House business again. Democrats are raising the alarm because this man is sound asleep at the desk where leaders of the free world make decisions that are supposed to be affecting our country and the world. What the actual hell? And where is the mainstream media outrage? I'm looking at you, Fox News. Why is nobody demanding he step down? When Biden blinked too long, it was a national emergency. But Trump takes a full-on afternoon siesta in the executive office chair during an official meeting, and everyone just acts like it's a cozy nap time. Make it make sense. And to top it off, Mark Rubio is out here being accused, actually, I would just say he is, misleading Congress to cover up the absolute chaos going on behind the scenes. They are playing peekaboo with the public while the country runs on autopilot. He sat there and said, no, I've never seen him fall asleep. Honey, they had the beam footage right there. Yeah, you did. You actually looked at him. And while I'm at it, this is semi-unrelated. I am sending a retro, circle back, aggressive side eye straight to George Clooney. Honey, you still fine. But don't think that I forgot you put out that entire dramatic op-ed in the New York Times begging Biden to step down for the sake of the country. Look at what you have done, George. Look at what circus you have helped unleash while the replacement is literally catching Z's at the presidential desk. The double standards with this administration are loud, the hypocrisy is blinding, and I'm officially beyond exhausted. Wake up, read the room, and stop playing with America in our face. Fix it, Jesus. And with that, it's a wrap. I'm not going to lie, this week on the internet was kind of a certified snooze fest. Between the reality TV takeover and people storming basketball courts, your girl was out here digging in the trenches, honey, for some real substance. I tried my absolute best with the dry-ass material the world gave me, so I hope you liked it. But I am actively praying to the content gods that pop culture streets, honey, get back to business over the next 7 days. Here's to hoping that somebody, somewhere, does something completely unhinged, dramatic, and chaotic by next week so we have some real mess. Please, honey gods, give me some chaos. As always, thank you to each and every one of you for spending your time with me today. You could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I heart you. Make sure you like this episode, honey. Hit that subscribe button and drop your thoughts in the comments below. Talk to me. Give me your take on the NBA Finals viral moment. Give me your take on Diddy's Little Diddy. Give me your take on the Roots Picnic, on Slumped Trump, catching Z's, honey. Everything else in between that we packed today. Take care of yourselves. Stay safe. Keep your head up. And I will see y'all right back here next week. Same time, same energy. I'm your girl, Tiff, and I'm signing off. Peace.